Alright, first of all, do you guys like my shirt? I don't know if you guys know, but I am a horror movie zealot. This dude is the truth. There's only one villain that I like more than him, and that is Freddy Krueger. But yeah, this dude is the truth. Alright, let's get to today's video. So, I have a lot of comments. I apologize, I am behind on responding, but you guys know that I will respond because I try to respond to every single comment. In today's video, we are going to be going through some of these comments so that I can multitask making a video while answering your questions and your comments. And yeah, it's going to be another praise report. So let's get to it. Welcome back to the Atreyu Locs channel. Hi, I'm Atreyu, a semi-freeformer who is dedicated to bringing you guys the best tips to grow a healthy set of locks. If this is your first time, make yourself comfortable. I am glad to have you. So I got so many comments, let's just get right to them. Alright, the most recent one comes from Adrian Nelson Taro, and this comment was left under why you should get dreads, the benefits of getting dreadlocks video. The person says, love your views on spreading equal love to all, brother. And thank you. Yes, that's very important. It's very hypocritical of certain impoverished or certain groups who have been shown prejudice to be prejudiced against other minorities, you know? So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of like when you see like the rampant homophobia within the black community. It's like, wow, really? Like, how can you even like hate on another group knowing what our group has been through? So yeah, I just think that we all have one important thing in common, and that is our humanity, and that connects all of us regardless of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, sexual preference, etc., etc., etc. So thank you for acknowledging that. The next comment comes from Kayla Williams. She says, hi, question for you. By the way, this comment was left under my how to fix flat dreadlocks with just water video. Can this method work to do the opposite? Not sure what she means yet, but let's continue reading. I have thicker locks and some that are thick and flat, which I love because I feel that it gives character, you know? Yes, I know. But recently I washed my hair, and instead of squeezing them out, I wrung them out, and it caused them to get skinnier and rounder, which is cool because I would like to get them back to how they were. Well, first of all, I don't think it's ever a good idea to wring your locks, you know, to do that motion with them, because it's applying more force, more pressure to the strands with that twisting motion. So just be careful. Yeah, I don't recommend doing that, but yeah, just be careful. All right, and then she says, I also couldn't find anything on this topic, so this vid was more relevant than the articles I was seeing. Thank you in advance. So I guess, yeah, that video was about how to make your flat locks round. So she wants to do the reverse, the opposite of that, which would be to make round locks flat. I don't think she exactly means the reverse, right? Because she basically means make thick locks thinner like they were. I would suggest palm rolling more often if you want to make them thinner, because palm rolling is a safe way to make your locks more compact by, you know, rolling the lock in between your palms back and forth, back and forth. That'll compress the hair, and it'll just make the overall coil that is the lock much tighter. I don't like the as I said, the, you know, ringing, because I feel like that applies more force in opposite directions for each section of the hair. So I would palm roll if you want to try to make them smaller. Palm rolling does normally help to do that. Okay. All right. Hopefully that answers your question. The next comment comes from Uzuri Within, and this was left under my how I repair a lock with a weak base using the braid technique video. This person says, best love repairment video ever. Well, thank you. Now I know why they be thinning. I have so much new growth around my locks, but it's kind of short. So now I'll take my time for the next few months creating concoctions so they won't be so dry during the winter. and just start braiding my roots. Yes, that's where it's at, the braid technique. I did one now, and it tremendously gave the lock a better, stronger base. Excellent. That is what I like to hear. So I guess this comment counts as a praise report. Thank you, Uzuri Within, for sharing that. Yeah, you guys, for those of you who still don't know about hair that grows away from your locks, it is a thing, okay? That new growth that's coming out of your scalp, for certain people, it doesn't grow into their lock. And so the lock thins out with time near the roots, because that hair, while it's present, while it's still coming out of the scalp, it's not in the lock. So you just need to do something to get that hair into the lock, whether it's braiding it using the braid technique, or you can use the crochet hook method to get those hairs in there. Just something to reincorporate those hairs back into the lock. And I really shouldn't say back into the lock, because they were never in the lock. It's new growth that grew out of the lock. So to get those hairs into the lock. The next comment comes from Pookie2419. This was under how to palm roll dreadlocks safely. So if one needs to retwist and get rid of the frizz, wouldn't it make sense to palm roll first, then retwist? I don't think that the order matters when it comes to frizz. I mean, you can do whichever you want first, but for me, I like to palm roll while I'm retwisting. Okay, so I don't think the order matters. Okay, now if you mean like palm roll, then retwist, then palm roll again to kind of, you know, double the effect of reducing that frizz, then sure. But yeah, don't overthink it. All right, the next comment comes from Anima Vesta under my how to fix frizzy dreadlocks. Okay, so I guess this video is kind of popular. It's the second comment, I think. It says, I love this channel. Well, thank you. Helped me a lot, and the videos are always fun to watch and easy to understand. Thanks so much for the help on my dreads, man. I hope your channel gets more attention. You deserve it, for real. Well, thank you. I appreciate your kind words and your confidence in my channel, and yeah, hopefully it does, but you know, if it doesn't, it's okay. At least you guys have found my channel and you're benefiting from it. So thank you for letting me know that the videos are fun and that they've been helpful. All right, the next comment comes from Tiffany Pittman under my braid technique for dreadlocks video. Thank you so much for this video. It saved my son's locks. Yes, that's why I make these repair videos. I'm trying to help people save their locks. No lock left behind or on the pillow or on the floor or in the bed. Yeah. Thank you very much, Tiffany. The next comment comes from HLeland, and this is under my 8-year lock update plus question and answer video. By the way, yes, I have had my locks for 8 years now. You can't see them right now, but when you see that little snippet asking you to subscribe, you'll see them down a little bit. Hey, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload. How about that? Okay, so it says, your channel should be called Lock Doc. Also, do you do your own locks? Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to change the name at this point, but I appreciate the sentiment for sure. And yes, I definitely maintain my own locks. My mother started my locks. She gave me my starter locks, which were comb coils, and then I've been the sole person maintaining my locks for these 8+ years now. So it's possible for those of you who don't think that you can maintain your own locks. All right, the next comment comes from Kimo Elizi. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And this is under my thinning dreadlocks, 5 things you should do immediately! Exclamation point. The person says, late to this video, new to the channel. I did firstly the braiding technique, but then purchased a crochet set of push the hairs in. Purchased a crochet set and pushed the hairs in and can see the progress after 3 months. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, it's mainly a few to the front that been thinning. Yeah, that was kind of my case. I had like 5 right in the front, and perhaps it was due to me constantly twisting and playing with those. Could have been. For me, it was just because the hairs are more unruly in the area. The texture is even finer than it is in other areas, and yeah, the hairs are fewer too. So all those things kind of worked for me to have like hair that grows away from those locks, especially. All right. Perhaps it was due to me constantly twisting and playing with those, but perhaps while going through a rough patch in life, I left it for a few months. I left it without retwisting. Made it get back its thickness. Okay, so good. The important thing is that you have found a solution through using the braid technique and then the crochet hook method, following it up with that. So yeah, I'm happy they're back on track. Thank you for this praise report, and I'm very happy for you, Kimo. All right, this comment was left under my palm roll versus interlocking video. Is it safe to switch between the two? So for those of you who are watching this video and it's your first time ever coming to my channel, you can see that I've made a lot of videos. So definitely check out the playlist and check out my channel. I've made tons of videos, okay? This comment comes from You Don't Know Me. You're right, I don't. And it's under my palm roll. Oh yeah, I already said that part. Okay. Moving on. I've had my hair interlocked for 5 to 6 years of my lock journey. Salons getting expensive. Yeah. It's been. LOL. So I'm thinking of saving some money and retwisting at home. Now I have a better idea of what to do and how my hair might look later on. Well, very good. I'm glad the video helped you. So yeah, just in general, for those of you who don't know, interlocking will usually produce a tighter look, a smaller, not super thin necessarily, but a smaller lock in comparison to the size of a lock if you retwist. So that is to say, if you're working with the same section of hair and you interlock that hair, then you start to retwist, then the retwisted part will be a bit thicker because you're not tying a series of very tight knots, which is what happens when you interlock, okay? All right, and the last comment that I'm going to read comes from HLeland. Happy Lockiversary. Thank you. This was under my 8-year lock update video plus question and answer. Your locks look great. Thank you. I agree with you regarding length in that video. You know what? I'm not going to tell you what I said in the video. Watch the video. Okay. It's just like the last video. So yeah, watch it. I'm about 2.5 years locked. Congrats on 2.5 years. And I'm already over the obsession with length. I'm enjoying my current shoulder length. And I'm just going to let them do what they do. Our hair was designed to lock. Can't argue with that. I mean, when you leave your hair alone and it locks, then that's a pretty strong argument that that's what our hair wants to do, because it's doing it all by itself without our intercession. So yeah, thank you so much for the kind words, and I'm happy to hear that you are where you are in your journey at 2.5 years, no longer being obsessed with length, but just enjoying the lock journey for what it is. So thank you very much, Kaylin, for sharing. So yeah, a lot of praise reports, a lot of questions. If I didn't get to your comment, I will still respond to it in the comment section. But yeah, thank you guys. I just wanted to come on really quickly and answer your questions, make a video, as it had been, I think, about a couple of weeks. So hopefully you guys are all doing well. I'm enjoying this beautiful Sunday. I was out walking, enjoying the weather and the sunshine. And I do have my sunscreen on. My face looks a little white, like a white film. You probably don't see it, but that's what that is. Wear your sunscreen. You need to protect your skin. And yes, even when it's cloudy out. And yes, even for people with melanin. Because UV does not discriminate. All right. If you choose to love, do so unconditionally, because loving with conditions are hard to not really love at all. This is Atreyu Locs, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Do.